Welcome to the Ascent Tournament Series mainstream, everybody. Hopefully you're all doing well. We've got action here tonight. The Ukiyo Esports Catalyst Cup is back, and it's back for week 4 now. So we had week 3 yesterday. Got to see a little bit of action. Tonight is now week 4 of the Ukiyo Esports Catalyst Cup, at least on this stream. And it's an interesting match tonight. It's only one match, but it's a fun one. You get to revisit some teams we saw earlier this season. Infamous Thieves, Nemesis, and again, as I said, these teams already this season. We saw Infamous Thieves in week 1, or was it week 2? I think in week 1 when they took on and took down Lunar Light. We also got to see ECG that week when they got swept by Storm Syndicate. Since then, these teams have had very different paths in the season. Infamous Thieves are 3-0, wins over Lunar Light, wins over Lunar Light, Ultra Ego, and Storm Syndicate. Both of those last 2 wins coming through Game 5s. ECG, 0-3. They've lost to Storm Syndicate, Ukiyo Hoshi, and KCG Volt, all of which have been in sweeps. So, both these teams on very different sides of the grouping today, and it's a match that Infamous Thieves Nemesis are definitely the very heavy favorites in. We'll see how they play tonight. Considering that they are a team that struggles to get massive leads on any opponent they play against, it could be a chance where you Explain Catgift could potentially do something different, potentially. See if that ever comes to fruition. Now, see how things go. Again, for ECG, this season has not been easy for them. A team that nearly made it to the top 8 last season. This season, it looks like they may be having a much tougher time now around. Even though the roster hasn't changed all too. It seems like they're having a lot more issues this season. As competitive. Thieves again, their first time. Pretty good. They're definitely a team that, if they keep this going, they're definitely a team that's likely to make playoffs. Well. Again, we're just looking to get things. It's going to be a fun match here, Infamous Thieves. I know I've been saying that they want me to. Well. But again, it's fun. I like this Infamous Thieves roster. Not only is it full of people like. Not only is Alyssa B on Infamous Thieves, who is a good friend of mine. I've gotten to stream a lot of Alyssa. Or she might even be watching this match. Host, and who's sick? Who's sick's actually someone really fun person to be around. Also, ECG's on this one. And I think ECG's kind of the most famous, like the most, at least for me, it's the team that I've been the most. Not only is it run by Saturn, who's one of our admins, it's also just like a great team. It's been around for a very long time. Interesting, as a team overall, just that ECG is a roster that's really been around only in ATS, and well, their competition ATS has been. We get things started in hopefully just about a minute or so as we wait on ECG, as they're going to be in with Saturn, Defiance, and Sunrise. Sunrise, who they added in this week, so I think Sunrise can make a difference to this team's so far abysmal start. They're 3 weeks in. It's a 7-week season, so you can recover from this. But for ECG, hope is pretty minimal right now. This is not an easy matchup to play against. So for Infamous Thieves, their season has been right so far, 3-0. ECG, 0-3. Very different sides right now, but again, we'll get things going into this best of 5. Infamous Thieves on the blue, Exploding Catgift on the orange, and Infamous Thieves looking to keep that undefeated streak here. Heavy favorites in this match, that's for sure. Catgift will be the ones leading back as Sunrise. Things already getting got added in this week. So already gonna get his team off to a good start. Leaves it for Saturn. Exploding Catgift with the first goal. They'll be happy to take that as well. It has been anything but easy to get these kind of plays to go work for them. And again, adding in Sunrise. Trying to make as much of a change as they can to, again, what has been a bad season so far. For now, 1-0 lead for ECG is looking to keep the offense going. Thieves again, are the heavy favorites in this match, but that doesn't mean that upsets don't happen. Upsets do happen. You gotta be ready for them! Although they're not looking for such an upset here as Usyk sneaks one by. It is a tough position to be if you're Sunrise. Thieves will happily take that goal. BCG under that pressure, although that's not a great play here, because right now East Coast Ghost on offense will be hit back by Saturn. For explaining can't give this season literally went out right one match before top. In fact, it was the season where they had an extra spot waiting in that final bracket for themselves. They still couldn't make it. Only one match away. There, literally went out at 9th. So, and it's been here every single season since I believe season 1. Has failed to make it to, I think, playoffs every single time. I guess not really. They've always been able to make it to the first stage of... They have been able to make it to the first stage of playoffs. They've never missed out on that. This season, again, could be different for them. They're 0-3. This might be the first time they actually missed the playoffs completely. Or I guess the postseason completely, not the playoffs. The name is weird. All I need to know is that they need to make top 16, and right now they're not in a great position. As Infamous Thieves clear this down the field. East Coast Ghost will be credited with the second goal for Infamous Thieves. And, well, already looking pretty good. They were able to recover off of what was a slower start. A few minutes to go, and Infamous Thieves in a better position here. East Coast Ghost makes it 3-1. This game looked like it could have been one that maybe Exploding Cat Griff could do well in. But, those hopes have been dashed pretty quickly. As this one, another goes in. Usyk adding even more. Boy, this has gotten to be quite one-sided now. Well, we'll see how things work out for them at this point. But for Infamous Thieves, again, 4-1. Just barely 2 minutes into this first game. Again, they're looking to make sure that they get this win, that they don't, lose any composure here. Undefeated for a reason. This is definitely a team that they are expected to beat. For now, we'll see how things go. As East Coast Ghost cleared away by Saturn. One around chill out games, but Ghost the one who's waiting for it. Miss Thieves with another attempt at the clear is Ghost. 15 with Defiance. Chill out games. And Usyk waiting. Now he's got a challenge, or actually he's got to leave this one. Saturn with some space. The flick. Ghost will be there. This one for Sunrise, and he will take his first of the series, the second of the game for ECG. East Coast Ghost did well to get the save, but it's not just the save that you need on those kind of plays. You need that clear as well at the end of it. You need to keep it away from the net. Obviously couldn't fulfill the second half of that requirement. And a second shot, well, there was no one there to stop it. Running Cat Gift now pulls away from tying this. With 2 minutes left, although that kind of hope may not be there for long. East Coast Ghost has already got his hat trick. What I love is just how quickly he gets to that. That is a quick recovery. This level, that is actually really tough to do because again, most of these players are hanging around that GC1, GC2 rank level range. That is a very tough recovery to make. But again, for Infamous Thieves, they are, for a reason. People know that as Chill Out Games left in front. Coast Ghost demoed away as Sunrise. Waiting, Usyk. Challenge with Defiance. Saturn to net. Oh, he's hit the back post. Chill Out Games bumped. East Coast Ghost will clear it away from danger. Sunrise again. Usyk on the save. I think he nearly undershot that one. As a clear in the midfield. Well, you're not supposed to be doing that. Is only going to lead to your opponents being able to walk and shoot down your throats. There, no one to shoot it for ECG as another clearance in the midfield here from Husik. Again, that is not exactly what you should be doing in that position. And ECG not able to be there to take full advantage of play, not able to be fast enough and get those shots. Even though Infamous Thieves have made some mistakes, they haven't all gone through, as that's gonna go through. Infamous Thieves, what? Yet again. Continuing their scoring. As Chill Out Games, Sunrise, Husik on the demo. East Coast Ghost. That dunk on Defiance, but ECG just right now waiting as pinch midfield for Husik. Saturn. Oh, it's not a great touch. Chill Out Games will have a wide open net. And I mean, this game has been one-sided since the very beginning. It only feels like it's getting worse for ECG. Infamous Thieves have had no shortage of goal scoring. And I don't expect that to really change as this series progresses. Unless ECG can do something to shut down the offense out of Infamous Thieves. They're not really going to be getting very far with getting anything on them. Offense hasn't been bad, but well, their defense has definitely needed a lot of work. I don't think Infamous Thieves are really ones to complain here, as they're going to get that ball away from ECG hands as Husik on two different challenges. He's got East Coast Ghost in support. He'll take the shot, but it's stopped by Saturn Pizza. Husik again. Chill Out Games. Off that back wall. Second touch for Husik. Infamous Thieves. Left in the midfield. Oh, that's just hit the post. And with time running out. Oh man, I thought Infamous Thieves would get a 6-goal lead. I don't think they really need it though. Game 1 is theirs. 7-2. You can't really argue with that kind of a score line. So the favorites, heavy favorites, already showing why they are such after game 1. We'll see if they can keep up this kind of scoring. Generally, games usually cool down a little bit as we go into the series. But for now, Infamous Thieves doing what we expected them to do, which is score a lot against this ECG roster that has struggled all season on defense. Generally speaking, teams with bad offenses, generally teams with bad defenses are the ones that usually get swept more often. Right now, you can tell their defense isn't holding on. Their offense got things going. They had 2 goals. That's not bad. But when your defense gives up 7, there's not really much of a comparison to that. So we go into game 2 now. Infamous Thieves looking to keep consistency. The team that has struggled so far this season in doing that, even though they are 3-0. Again, their last 2 wins have come to game 5. They really should not afford to do that here against Exploding Cat Gift if they are as good as they say they are. But for now, pressure's on, and oh, already ECG scored. Defiance with goal 1. Love what Sunrise does here. It really does pick apart Infamous Thieves. You are just giving them far too much space to walk downfield. When you give players space, specifically when you give Sunrise space, he's a pretty mechanical player. He's been on ECG before. The mechanical player, he often can get things done. You definitely don't want to leave him with open room. On the Batmobile as well. That's a car actually I like to use sometimes. Oh, I'm a big fan of the Batmobile as a car. It's a really nice car to work with. I mean, the blank hitbox is generally pretty nice to work with, as that's gonna fall in for Defiance. Oh, it's a second for Defiance, and Infamous Thieves, again, not known for their defense. Really not known for their defense here. Complete panic from East Coast Ghost and Husik. That rotation falling apart for them. ECG playing to the inconsistencies that have plagued Infamous Thieves this season. Take control. Good back by Husik. Chill Out Games will be there to challenge Defiance. Husik challenging Sunride. Ghost. They'll leave this one, but no other player on Infamous Thieves to challenge. It's a free clear for Saturn. Now Defiance, Chill Out Games, there to keep this one going as Husik. They get one around Sunrise, but they get the beat. Infamous Thieves will need to do a little different here if they're gonna get some offense here in this game. They have been far less successful right now, even getting by midfield, nonetheless getting shots on net. There's Husik to the back wall, left for Chill Out Games, no doubt about it. That's a perfect setup. Chill Out Games isn't missing from there. It was everybody up as well, all hands on deck to get that play up to offense. Infamous Thieves took the risk, and it will pay off perfectly. As off the back wall, Husik. Around one, Sunrise. Leave this one as Saturn. Husik. This is East Coast Ghost now. Quick shot, stopped by Defiance. And did 6-1 can't get demoed away. Was Saturn as Chill Out Games. Husik's got to get to that one. Again, that near to the midfield that has been a rather consistent thing that Infamous Thieves have done. I'm surprised it hasn't been much more of an issue because they're really flirting with death when they keep clearing in the midfield like that. And right now they are struggling with Defiance's incredible shooting, free for free. Shooting accuracy that ECG only wish they had in Game 1. Scored twice, sure. But this is incredibly impressive shooting. Our team, again, has struggled all season. Sunrise. CG. Chill Out Games will get on the play as Saturn, challenged by East Coast Ghost. Still Saturn. Sick, completely whiffing on this as well. And it's ECG who are once again going to pay a visit to Infamous Thieves. And though they're not going to get very far as Saturn doesn't do much to stall down the Infamous Thieves attack. Now he's got a touch away. With 2 minutes to go, Infamous Thieves, I mean, again, it's the inconsistencies that this team has had all season coming to hurt them here. Looking for something for themselves, but offense has been a shell of what we saw out of in Game 1. Unless they can find some sort of semblance of what they did before. They're going to lose this game. The first team that will actually drop a game to ECG. As infield it goes. Defiance beats East Coast Ghost. That means Nemesis stuck back again as Husik. Sunrise will take this one away. Chill Out Games. This one close, but is just continual difficult pressure. Chill Out Games will rest easy on this one. Minute left. ECG a minute away from their first game win of the season. Again, they've been swept every single series so far. Both teams take a game off of. Infamous Thieves was definitely not one I would have them as expected, but I mean their inconsistencies definitely making this very much of a likelihood. What the hell? Well, they played in Game 1, and they have completely fallen apart in Game 2. Inconsistencies plaguing them. Now, see how things go for them here, but 30 seconds left at this point. ECG will just keep scoring. Defiance with another 4 goals for Defiance this game. He's been the MVP quite clearly. Really know if this goes to say. But that's how this series has gone so far, and it's going to be a much closer matchup than maybe we once expected. Sunrise, trying to find again another one here. What I found so impressive about this game is not that ECG has won, but they've won by a pretty solid margin, 4 goals. I mean, Infamous Thieves just completely fell apart for game one here. The incredible shooting from Defiance really did pick them apart. Make things a little bit easier for them now. Is DFH Stadium. We go for game 3 and will determine match point. ECG though can be pretty happy. That's their first game win of the season. It's little steps that will help them out here. Obviously though, they're not really focusing on game wins, but series victories. That's a lot more important for them at this point, considering that they essentially would probably need to win from here out on out if they're going to have a good chance of making playoffs. ECG, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on them to perform well. Let this one continue. ECG and Infamous Thieves go once more. Difficult place to be. Infamous Thieves, they gotta find that consistency again. For tonight, as obviously they lost it in game 2. Maybe just find that offense. They've not. I guess consistency is not really what they're trying to find anymore. They're trying to be more inconsistent, actually. Having a good game in game 3, but just trying to find that offense they had in game 1. At least some part of it. They didn't have really much of it last game around, and you see, and against the Twin Cat Gift, it's not a team they should be struggling against. Although obviously, Defiance may have something to say about that, as these will pop one to the back wall of Infamous Thieves. Now it's East Coast Ghost on the dribble, a little extra touch. Sunrise will be there to block. He's going for another card change. Now he's on the Octane this game. No card changes here for Sunrise. Unfortunately for him, I don't know if that Octane is going to help him very much. As an infield pass to Chill Out Games, he'll do just enough to get that first goal for Infamous Thieves. Nemesis, and a minute in, a goal up. Just trying to find that happy medium for themselves. Going to be very awkward to deal with here as Sunrise owns by East Coast Ghost, demoed away. Defiance. East Coast Ghost. On Sunrise will make things a lot more difficult for ECG to handle as Thieves on offense again. Saturn, we didn't get to that one. Actually didn't even get a piece of it. Sunrise is going to clear, but that's not going very far. East Coast Ghost back to the net. Not strong enough. Defiance will be there. Now it's East Coast Ghost again. Sunrise, sorry, still a game 2 shot that. Sunrise gets that block. Now it's East Coast Ghost. Who's sick? The demo, the goal, and Infamous Thieves back at it again. That's the offense they've been waiting for. They couldn't get it in game 2, but in game 3, they're back at it again. Again, they're just not slowing down. They're not stopping their offense. I believe they're not exactly going to be letting go of this game. And on the line, Infamous Thieves would like to be the ones with it. Usyk. Straight to the front bumper of Defiance. Ghost won't be there. But Chill Out Games will be. Still straight to Sunrise. Point for Infamous Thieves. Going to relax themselves, I think. In this series it is definitely a tough place to be as East Coast Ghost. That now gets the demo. Saturn won't have this. Who's sick? Long touch. Backward. Free touch. East Coast Ghost missed it. And Chill Out Games wisely not challenging immediately. Doesn't want to give up any space for ECG to score. The 6-1 Cat Gift team. They may not be exactly a successful team right now. It's still not a bad team. There's no, I always like to say there's no bad team. There's always teams that can be good. You don't want to give teams open nets, especially when you're up by only 2 goals. Infield pass will be played by Sunrise. Saturn probably could have scored on that chance. Infamous Thieves, they're not going to exactly let them get away with that. Chill out games. Saturn whiffed it! Oh, East Coast Ghost just missed. He hit the post. And that's going well in front of the nets. Defiance missed the clear. It's panic here for ECG. Infamous Thieves continuing just to put the ball on the net. No goals from this. Now they'll go again. Defiance on the block. Chill out games. Not going to choose to go for this, and it's a great decision too. No shot on the end of this play. And an easy clear for Infamous Thieves, as this will go down the length of the field. Push Exploding Cat Gift back even further. Again, Infamous Thieves taking a very heavy clear style right now, and well, I'm usually against that kind of play style. At this point in the game, and actually against DC, Exploding Cat Gift, it's actually a style that actually works against this team. Trying to push up higher, trying to send more people on offense. They know their offense hasn't been exactly their strong suit this season. It's been their better part though, and they're really trying to utilize what has been better for them this season. It's not been a strong suit, but it's been better than their defense. Trying to send more people on offense, trying to send more people up, taking a lot less away from that midfield. But that does leave them up to cleared. And if a team gets a clear, they'll use it! Oh, what a shot! Oh my Saturn! That was the last thing I expect on that play. Read that perfectly. Saturn. Oh, that's a great shot. We'll be seeing that one on the highlight reels later today. And tomorrow, and probably for the rest of this week. Exploding Cat Gift. They only went away from tying this game. Even though the offense for Infamous Thieves has kind of got back online, they only got 2 goals for all their efforts. As slowed down by the end of this game again. A considerably more defensive shift as time has gone on. You'll need to hold defense for just a little bit longer, however. And a poor touch for Defiance. Usyk waiting. East Coast goes on the touch. Chill out games. Keeps things to offense. And that will mean Infamous Thieves Nemesis are on match point here in week 4. Perfect season. Or at least not a perfect season, but I guess a undefeated season. Still continuing. Still holding in the balance. We'll be going into game number 4, where Exploding Cat Gift, I mean, not only are they facing the pressure of going 0-4 this season, which would be a pretty tough place to be in, really be compounded. Again, Boyd is actually getting a call here. Sunrise is resetting his PC, so we're going to give him a little bit of time in between here, but what we're seeing right now is the play out of Infamous Thieves, and then proving why they are such a scary team so far this season. We'll wait a little bit, give them some time to back in the lobby. As again, as soon as we get everybody back in, it's game 4 in this series, and for Infamous Thieves, the chance to take the win, go 4-0 in the season, continue what has been an amazing season so far for this new org. They're the only representatives out of Infamous Thieves as well, so they're really trying to make that org happy. They're doing a pretty good job this season, considering that they're 3-0 against some pretty tough competition. But I mean, let's be real honest here. Competition only gets tougher from this point on in the season. Infamous Thieves may have their, in the very likely chance they do get the win here, you gotta play against Ukiyo Hoshi and Americana by the end of the season. Those are the 2 other teams right around at the top of the group. Those are the last 2 matches of the season as well, so they get the toughest matches at the end of the season. They're gonna face a very tough match, some very tough matches. So expect those to be some interesting matches in weeks 6 and 7. But again, for now, we're just waiting. Depending on how Infamous Thieves play, if they continue how they're doing, if they can just get some goals, keep their control, and prevent ECG from keeping offense. They're going to take the series here in Game 4, but again, anything's possible with Infamous Thieves. They've done the Game 5 for the last 2 weeks in a row, so I mean, the likelihood of them doing it again is not that unlikely, all things considered. We'll wait again. We can move into Game 4. Miss Thieves. Just waiting. Just waiting a little bit more here. And it should be interesting how things go here. We're waiting on Sunrise still. He's having some issues with his PC. So we'll give him some time. So again, apologies on this delay. I'm hoping that Sunrise isn't having any major issues. But yeah, this is a pretty lengthy delay out of Exploding Cat Gift. Now, I do know Sunrise is known to have some PC issues. So this is not that surprising to me. This is again a lengthy delay. Give him some time here, but it won't take too long before we... You can only have this pause for only so many minutes. There we go, Sunrise is back. I gotta make sure that everything's good with him, but I think everything's fine. Yep, everything's fine with Sunrise. We're back in. There we go. Oh, you know, his internet crashed. It's even worse. That's gonna take a couple minutes to fix. Fortunately, we're all good now. And this is Game 4 of this. That's the 5-0. As Infamous Thieves, they can win the series here. They're not off to a good start though, and they've just triple committed on the same challenge. They've been waiting. They've been antsy. This delay is actually probably played against their favors. Double commit like that so early on. It's such a tough hole to dig yourself out of when you get off to such a bad start so early. Because so often those kind of deficits can snowball into more and more. We saw that in Game 2, where one goal from ECG turned into a pretty, I think turned at the end of the game to a 5-goal difference. So actually, it might have been a 4-goal difference. Anyways, doesn't matter. It snowballed, and it snowballed pretty terribly here for Infamous Thieves. So they really don't want to have that happen again. Pattern looking for goal 2. Oh, he's done just that. I thought they may have gotten the block there with Usyk. Because the demo did come across on Shell Games. Usyk, though, he just thought Shell Games had this one. Oh, he absolutely did. He didn't even accelerate into the net. He totally thought Shell Games had that. Obviously, didn't see the demo play in front of him. Again, as I said, you dig yourself into a hole. It is so tough to get out of it. Again, for an ECG team, this is rather embarrassing for Infamous Thieves. Even if they win the series through Game 5, it's going to be rather embarrassing for themselves, considering that ECG have struggled this season. But at this point, they got to just focus on getting a win somehow, some way, and well, this is the way to get things going. Make things awkward for Exploding Cat Gift. Goals will come your way as off the back wall, no one can read that except the East Coast Ghost. Infamous Thieves on the board eventually. They gotta push that whole first minute behind them here. That was good to say the least when you give up 2 goals to Exploding Cat Gift. You have to dig yourself out of that position. 1 goal closer. And if they can just hold their nerve, not make costly errors, really put that pressure on, they're going to find ways to come back in this game. As Usyk, back wall, chill out Games. That's our great chance to shoot. Everybody going for Exploding Cat Gift, but they do get the block eventually. Usyk, Saturn won't get this. Oh, but he does get a little bit of it. I thought he actually undershot that one. Not just enough on it. Has the pressure on? How did East Coast Ghost get that one? I could see that shot attempt from Usyk. It wasn't going to go in, but he could have put pressure on. I still don't know how East Coast Ghost somehow got around that one. But he gets it. That's all that matters. Maybe some voodoo magic. Some dark plays. Matter. It's a 2-goal swing now for Infamous Thieves. And it is a tied game now. But maybe not for long. Sunrise. It is off the crossbar. Thieves had some defenders back. Now another chance. Oh, he's hit the post. Defiance will want that one back. Infamous Thieves again caught on a double commit. Again, could prove to be costly. Where are they getting fortunate here on defense? They have been losing some of these challenges, and ECG just taking a very simple approach. Shoot the ball and see if Infamous Thieves can't handle with it. And that's exactly what's happening. Infamous Thieves spreading themselves out far too thin. Again, this has got to be rather embarrassing for a team that has been undefeated this season to be dropping games to a team that has not won yet. Again, it's not even a team that has not won yet, but a team that hasn't even taken a game off anyone until this series. Thieves, they can win 3-1. I think they can avoid most of the embarrassment. But unfortunately for them, man, they are really only making things worse for themselves. I don't know what it is with Infamous Thieves. Once they give up a goal, they just completely collapse. It's like a team that so desperately wants to be in the lead that they forget that they have time. That's the way they're playing. When they have the lead, they play so calm, so well organized. When they're down, they really try to rush this offense. It is ugly, to say the least. It does not work. We try to rush offense. And again, it's a big difference. Why Infamous Thieves have been, again, one of the more inconsistent teams this season, even though they are so far 3-0. Because whenever they drop a game, or drop a goal or two, they just don't recover. It was painfully obvious in Game 2. Even a team like ECG, who themselves have an offense, but have not exactly looked good this season. The Thieves, they gotta find a way not only to stop this bleeding, but to turn this game around. They had moments at the start of this game, but obviously their defense has not held on very well, as Chill Out Games will clear. East Coast Ghost get that one through Defiance, as Chill Out Games will not be back, but he will be able to get the block anyways as he cuts across the goal. Sunrise is demoed. Chill Out Games has the space. This one is in. It is now 1 goal. That is separating ECG and Infamous Thieves. For all the defensive errors that we've seen from Infamous Thieves, they're keeping things close. They just need 1 more goal, though. They can tie this game up, and maybe they can give themselves take the lead. Give themselves the opportunity to take the lead and forget all about whatever happened earlier this game. But all it comes down to is getting a goal of some form. Good away. Usyk. East Coast Ghost. Able to get there in time as Chill Games will keep this one. Now has boost. Sunrise. Can't go. What a flick! Oh, it's a perfect shot! Chill Out Games slings one to the front post. And I mean, that is very quickly made. Sunrise went for boost, though. That's really what's going to nail that goal in. If he just stayed at net, that's going to be blocked. But obviously, you can think about the hindsight. It's so much tougher to manage. As we're not tied again at 4-4. And usually at a point like this, especially with only a minute to go, I would often be mentioning the next goal is likely the one to win this. But we've had a lot of goals so far. That may not be the case. Time will tell, though. As Infamous Thieves struggling on defense, and it's some bumps that create the chaos. Defiance wrecking East Coast Ghost, and I think he ran into Usyk as well, only making things worse. Infamous Thieves, man, they have struggled on defense to just get that ball away from their nets. And goal down again. They have not had the lead yet this game, and they may not have the lead. Little time is remaining, and they don't have that many chances to tie this game up. Chill Out Games, very slow challenge. He almost gave up a goal because of that. Looked like he hesitated as well going for it. Didn't really know if he wanted to go for it or not. You're the last one back. The last thing you want to do is hesitate on going for the ball, as that one saved away. Chill Out Games on the huge block. As now Usyk, little play around Saturn, kept off the back wall as East Coast Ghost left in front of the net. Saturn, Chill Out Games hit the bar. Usyk always kept in front, and it will go across the line. 6 seconds to go, and ECG just could not hold on any longer. 10 goals combined, and we're guaranteed at least one more. 6 seconds left in regulation. It is Sunrise on the ball. That's the play you want right now if you're ECG. Let's play. Stays away. Defiance. Saturn. Great bounce off a corner, but it's cleared away. Sunrise reacts well. He's got boost. Infield pass to Saturn. Saved by Husik. This one will hit away from the floor. Sunrise cleared away. It's overtime in game 4. And if Infamous Thieves can score, they'll take this win. May not be a sweep as I think they were hoping for. At least it's not an embarrassment. That's for sure as East Coast goes long clear. We'll do just that. 12 seconds into overtime. And an overcommit for Exploding Cat Gift will give Infamous Thieves the goal they need. An 11-goal screamer of a game. It ends in game 4. Infamous Thieves stay undefeated. Again, they avoid embarrassment. 1 game lost, I think they can manage that. I don't know if they could have exactly been able to manage 2 games lost, even if they had won this series. Infamous Thieves didn't have their best performance, but hey, they got the job done. I think that's what they're really focusing on right now. Just get that job done, do the work you need to do. And from there on out, they're likely to find success. 3-1, they'll take the match here in week 4. Again, their record advances to 4-0 for Exploding Cat Gift. Still winless this season. They're still going to be searching for some form of a win. For now, though, we're going to get a little interview here with Infamous Thieves. We got to see them in week 1, so we'll get to see them again now in week number 4. A series marked, I think, by the inconsistencies that Infamous Thieves had, but hey, they got, their offense has been good. If they can get that offense going, they're a tough team to beat. As in comes Husik. Welcome in, Husik. Congrats on your win. Infamous Thieves so far this season have been marked by Game 5 specifically. You've had 2 of them in the last 2 weeks. You got a win here. That's hugely important. Talk to me about this team's feeling now. You take down Exploding Cat Gift, you stay undefeated.
So we've been working a lot of time. We've been working very hard with this team. Obviously, since I came on board to help this team out, obviously bringing the energy that it needs. This team has been phenomenal. I mean, I am more than happy that we got the win, and this is just another step in momentum. We still have a lot of work to do. There was a lot of mistakes that we committed, but overall, we reviewed it. We're gonna get that thing tidied up. We know we have a strong team in our hands, and we show that tonight. Even though this team was very heavily demo based, which is one thing I want to point out with the boys was they were very heavily demo based. Chill Out got demoed probably a good 5-6 times, and they played like me in a ones game, literally just demo after demo after demo, and it was like, oh my god, can these guys like? And until we got them in a perfect counter attack, that's when they really started easing off.
And that's the thing as well. And again, for you guys, and I mentioned as well, inconsistency has been the biggest issue for you guys this season. Gone to Game 5 twice. 2 weeks, you guys have had a lot of issues, a lot of struggles on being able to consistently win games. Talk to me about Game 4. Game 4, it really felt like it was going to be that same issue again when you dropped that first goal to ECG, but obviously that wasn't the case. You did get the win eventually. By the way, you don't need the webcam on. We don't do webcams for interviews. You don't need to have web. I saw you do that, Husik. We don't. I would do webcams, but it would take about like a minute or 2 to set it up, and
you
we don't need
don't
that for
worry
the
about
season. Maybe
you
playoffs
straight,
will
you
do
straight.
that. Maybe playoffs, but
Okay.
not
Not
now.
now.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine for regular season. I promise you. But again,
You're
inconsistency
good,
has been
you're
the
good.
biggest issue for you guys this season. Talk to me about Game 4. You dropped those first 2 goals, and it looked like it could have been a repeat of Game 2. You guys generally don't do well when you get scored on early. Talk to me about Game 4. What was it allowed you guys to turn it around to get that win at the end of the game? Because you guys really had to fight for that one. It was a tough struggle.
So when we were 2 down, I was like, okay, everybody settle down. Let's all take a breather. Hey, we know what this team is capable of. Like I said, they're very heavy demo based. But look, guys, we're better fundamentally because we can trust ourselves, and basically we play better as a team. And let's just use that to our advantage. And every time we get scored on, hey, don't worry about it. Move on. We'll get that next goal. Just having that positive mindset and not letting our goals that are gone against us affect us towards our performance. So it's obviously just a mental mindset. And every time we scored, we just clicked and we clicked and we clicked and we just kept fighting and fighting. And eventually we got that result that we wanted, which was East Coast Ghost coming in clutch and putting in that goal in OT.
Well, you guys found it, the clutch goal in overtime. And now thinking ahead to the rest of your season, you guys are in a pretty good position to make playoffs. I don't think you... I mean, the place that you're in, you're likely not missing it. But those final 2 weeks of the regular season, I'm sure you guys are now looking at this being the scary one. Week 6, Week 7, those are the two teams right up there with you guys in your group. So your season's lining up to be one where you're going to really have to defend that undefeated record by the last couple of weeks. And considering that the teams there are the two teams that are right there, right around you guys at this point in the season, and those teams being Canada and Ukiyo Hoshi. Talk to me about the end of your season. It's going to be tough. What are you guys going to do to prepare for that? Because, as you mentioned, you guys made a lot of mistakes. You guys had a tough time. Talk to me about your guys and your hope of, and what you guys are going to do to make sure that you don't make those same mistakes. Because against a lot of those teams, they're likely not going to be nearly as forgiving as ECG was.
So basically, we have a lot of adjustments that we're gonna make. Obviously, this team, the rest of the squad have been playing together for a while now, and I am just barely new to the team. Obviously, I'm still getting to know them. They're still getting to know me. So we're gonna try to get that chemistry built up. Obviously, you saw a lot of that chemistry issues. A lot of us, a lot of that trust issue was going on. But we're gonna go ahead and fix that. But other than that, we're gonna have Cody on board to help us get those reviews in and get those mistakes cleaned up. But I think overall, if we can get those mistakes tied up and just fix those errors that we've been having, then we should have we should have a very strong chance of being a top contender for this championship.
Yeah, as you said as well, you're definitely one of those top contenders right now. You're looking to keep things going. Well, thank you so much for joining Husik. We got to see you guys win in week 1. Now we get to see you guys again in week 4. So it's a nice to see you guys join back. Congrats on your win over Exploding Cat Gift. Before you leave, do you have any last things you want to say? Any final words?
Let's go, Infamous. This is us now. We're going for that title. I'm going for round number 2 for Infamous. I'm going for number 2 championship.
You guys don't
Let's
know,
go.
Husik has already won one championship for them in LOS Champs on the very last season, so to do it again here. Thank you so much for joining, Husik. It was nice having you.
No worries.
Congrats on
Yeah,
your
you too,
win. I'm sure
Sporty.
Infamous Thieves will be happy with their one representative in the Sun Tournament Series, and they're right now 4-0. So again, congratulations to you and the rest of the team for doing that. Have a great rest of your night. Take care.
Yeah,
and hopefully
you
we'll
too,
see you again
Sporty.
soon.
Yeah, you too. See you later, brother.
Husik joining us there. And he mentioned as well, this team's had some issues this season, but they have looked pretty good. 4-0, nothing to mess around with. They've been amazing so far. Well, thank you all so much for joining the Sportiest stream as a fade out. Thank you all so much. Take care. Be well. Have an amazing rest of your night. We'll see you again Friday when ATS returns on this stream. Have a great night.